And right today, I mean, with Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and everything else that we're doing, get information out seems like through social media is the way you do it.
Don't forget to smash that share button, subscribe to my page, follow me on Instagram at Lance Bachman, and keep sending me those questions. Hey everyone, I'm excited to have on the down with me today, Councilman Squilla of the 1st District of Philadelphia. How you doing, Councilman?
Lance, wonderful. I'm doing good today and just during this crisis, but really happy to be on with you today.
Councilman, you run the 1st District of Philadelphia, which some would say arguably is the hottest spot in Philadelphia right now for housing, restaurants, bars. You've been impacted. That's from Center City, if I'm correct, all the way down to Fishtown, Kensington. I mean, that's a big pocket you run. What's the impact?
The impact has actually been devastating to the businesses. I got to give the businesses a lot of credit, especially our restaurant businesses, being from South Philadelphia, all the way up through Center City, Fishtown, Port Richmond, Kensington areas. These folks, when they came and they were, devastated on having to close, but they really, really cared about their workers and wanted to make sure that their workers were going to be taken care of. And, there are places now where, people can get unemployment. Even our gig workers are able to get unemployment. And with the stimulus package, it gives additional dollars on top of that. But our restaurateurs, and they're suffering big time right now. They can't be open. Some of them have opened up for deliveries and pickups, and are really doing a great job feeding our first responders, feeding our nurses and our healthcare workers. And they're really going above and beyond. But to them, to try to keep them, aboard and afloat for as long as possible is very difficult. Council passed an $85 million appropriation to try to help these small businesses apply for grants, but it's only a Band-Aid, and hopefully till the federal stimulus dollars comes through and they can apply for a loan to be able to get them through this. This is going to be challenging, and unfortunately we might, end up losing some of these businesses because they're just not going to be able to hold on long enough so we get through this.
Councilman, my first impression when I got to meet you were you were just an everyday guy wearing sneakers, or you go play a pickup game of basketball. Your relationship, you seem you love being around people. I mean, it's pretty amazing to watch your personality. You make people feel like they've known you forever. Have you had to start embracing technology now to start meeting people and talking to people the first time? And has that changed your personality in any way or how you're conducting your business?
Well, it's funny because my background's in computer science. I had a degree in computer science. I was a programmer for 25 years. So my personality never really fit in with the programmers and the computer science folks.
Hey, easy. Watch what you say there.
And I was always a jokester, and enjoyed really programming. Enabled me, I think, to be a better elected official, because when you look and you're writing a program, you're always trying to look at an end result first and then work your way back. How do we get to a query? What reports do you want? What is the end result that you want to get to? And when I go into a meeting or when I try to resolve an issue, I want to know what the end result is so we could figure out a program to get to that end result. So I still use the same logic that I did back then when I wrote programs as a council person. But accessing social media and accessing the internet and some of the technology wasn't as fearful for me because I was part of it. Now I haven't done it in the last 8 years or so, but still stayed up to date with some of the technology. And right today, I mean, with Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and everything else that we're doing, get information out seems like through social media is the way you do it. Send out these responses, send out the thank yous to our first responders and our healthcare workers, and the people who are actually every day out there in the street. They are protecting us. They are the ones, maybe you get mad at them once in a while for telling you what to do, but without them there, it'll be total chaos. And they're our front line for this. I mean, whether it's a firefighter who has to go out for a fire, or whether it's a police officer who gets a call for something happening within a business or in the neighborhood. So we're doing through social media, we're trying to get our RCOs to cooperate and coordinate through them to put these little signs indoors to thank our first responders and our healthcare workers for everything they're doing for us during this crisis. And they are appreciated. And sometimes I know their job is tough. Sometimes they have to do things that nobody else wants to do, but we do appreciate their service.
Councilman, I watched your leadership down in the 1st District now for some time. I've seen you move it forward. I've seen you keep making it better. You won't stop to make anything not improve at all costs. If it's innovation, you're going to let it roll out. You're going to try things, test things. What are you doing right now in your district to move forward? Because this is going to pass. What are you working on right now saying, these are some key things for my district that we got to do to move forward?
Well, here was some of the things we had spoken about earlier. I mean, obviously, we want to make sure that we're keeping people in track and safe during the pandemic. But at one time, sooner or later, this will be over. Whether it's May, June, September, or whenever it is, we know it's going to be over. What we're doing right now is really looking at our budget. Our budget was given out by the mayor on March 3rd. We have to rework that budget because of dollars that have been spent that we never anticipated. We are now currently looking at the budget, looking at the different departments. Where can we really put our efforts in once this epidemic is done? How can we get our small businesses up and running? How can we get people back out to their jobs and get them working to get some type of normality back into our society?
You heard it from the councilman himself. We're going to get through this, move your business forward, social distance, stay safe, everyone. The digital line's out. Councilman, thank you for being on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Stay safe. First thing I'd like to say is that, together we'll get through this. And if we all pay attention and work together, please listen to the CDC advisements, the governor and the city. Listen to what they're saying. If you do have to go out, make sure that you wear a mask, especially if you're going to a grocery store or you're going to be a place where other people are. Please continue to physical distance at least 6 feet from others. Make sure you wash your hands frequently. If you need sanitizer, sanitize it if you don't have the ability to wash your hands. These are important factors just to keep us safe through this.